This week's tip of the week, we were talking about chipping, and we were talking about more specifically how to control your chip shots through what club to select around the greens. And we'll talk a little bit about technique, but we're really going to hone in on what club to use that's going to help you to become a much more consistent chipper and help develop confidence. And you know, when talking about chip shots, we're talking about shots that are just off the green. So I'm about 2-3 yards off the green here. I've got about a 40-foot chip shot uphill, and the ball is actually slightly on an upslope. You know, if we were to use a pitch shot, okay, which would be a shot where we would hit when we're trying to cover trouble, we're trying to send the ball really high and land very soft. Okay, our swing would be a fair amount. We'd swing fairly long. Okay, so now with these chip shots, when we're just off the collar, just around the green, what we want to try to do, since we don't have any trouble to try to go up and over, is we want to try to get the ball rolling as soon as possible to create better distance control and to also create better contact on the ball, is to narrow your swing or to shorten your swing. And to do that is just to do it through club selection. Instead of selecting a sand wedge on this shot, which is going to take you a lot higher and land softer, so with that I'm going to have to swing a lot longer, a lot harder. Okay, so I'm going to go down in loft. I'm going to go from a sand wedge down to a 9-iron. Okay, and this ball is going to actually come out lower, but it's going to have a lot more roll to the ball. So I don't have to swing as hard. I have to swing as long. Okay, and again, the smaller the swing, the smaller the chance there is for an error to happen in your swing. So that's why we're going from a sand wedge all the way down to a 9-iron. Or you can experiment. You can go from a sand wedge to a pitching wedge, or all the way down to an 8-iron. I mean, it depends on the length of the shot. That's for you to experiment and to get a feel for. However, the big thing to remember here is the smaller the swing, the smaller the chance there is for an error. So that's why we're going to a club that shoots out a little bit lower, but it has a lot more roll to the ball. Okay, so I'm going to hit 2 shots here. I'm going to hit one with the sand wedge and one with the 9-iron. I'm going to let you see the length of the swing, okay, just to see the difference in the shots. Okay, and what I'm doing here with this shot, just a normal pitch shot or normal sand wedge shot. Feels like a pitch shot because I got a sand wedge in my hand. Okay, which it's going to be tougher to create better contact when I'm hitting the shot. Okay, good result. However, that's probably about a 1 in 10 shot. You know, using the sand wedge and creating that crisp of a shot and getting it that close to the cup. I would much rather use a 9-iron where I'm shortening my swing, and I know that the chance for error is very lot lower than it would be with this. So again, I'm tightening up the swing a little bit and treating this more like a putt. Okay, I'm trying to get that ball rolling as soon as possible, get it rolling out. I'm trying to treat the stroke more like a putt, very simple, back and through. Okay, didn't quite play as much break on that one, however, I had the right distance down. So when you're around the greens, specifically chipping, go ahead and go down and experiment with your pitching wedge, your 9, even your 8-irons, and just treat your strokes like a putt. Get really simple with it. It's going to help you become more consistent. It's going to help you develop more confidence around these greens when you're chipping. So give that a try, and I think it's going to help your game. Have a good week.